Welcome back to more Fatal Frame 5. This blurb just talks about how everybody made it back to the antique shop, or as I like to call it, the hotel, and fell into a deep sleep, and it's up to Harry Potter to protect them. So it's back to the security cameras for him.
But sunrise isn't for another few hours.
Well, it seems like you've got some problems then. Looks like you better get your White Knight hat on. At least you got your White Knight outfit on. Our boy Harry Potter here looks dashing in his new threads. And as soon as you try to leave, this happens.
They're here.
I hear them. This is the only part of this chapter where it really feels like you're under siege. We get accosted by several ghosts here. And I'm not sure why they are here. If they were being controlled by something, then I would understand. They're mad, but I assume these ghosts are innocent victims, so I'm not sure why they are here. There's no reason to blame this group for their misfortunes. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I kind of thought this whole chapter was going to be like this. I did mention we would be getting another one of these chapters. It's not quite the same as the previous one, but then again, neither of these two chapters turned out the way I thought they would. Which is not a bad thing. So that's it. That is the big siege moment. There are still other ghosts, so be careful. Example right here. Why do you think you need to bring the ruckus? I bring the ruckus right back. And I stick my hand in you. And apparently I got your FMV already. Not sure how many of those I missed. I am really tired. I was up really late last night, which affects this commentary. Don't mind me, tight corridor, camera practically going up my character's ass, so that caused me some issues. And we can check on Rui. And she's got a file on the water at Mount Hakame. I'm sure it says wonderful things that I didn't bother to read. By now, you know how I roll when it comes to the documents in this game. And I don't want you to think that it's just because I don't care. Part of it is I'm just really tired right now. I was up really late talking to Bailmore and on Discord a lot today. Oddly enough, This is the only checkpoint in the chapter I know of. I can think of one other point where there probably is one. But at that point, there's no threat, so I don't know why there would be one. We can check on the lovely sleeping mother and daughter. I would not mind having some fun with both of them. But we won't go there. Instead, we will deal with an annoying ghost who wants to ruin my fun. Everybody's out to ruin my fun. Especially Chris. I don't like you. I bet you are no fun at birthday parties. Hey, I got that one. You do have to perform the fatal glance for the final boss, no matter what ending you go for. I thought this file was going to be more interesting. It's called the Shadowborn, which is technically about people like Miyu. However, they're called ghost incest babies, so I'm not sure why they're changing the names. Damn you, game, get it right. But there was nothing really that interesting in there that we didn't already know. Just a story about somebody in an old village, which I don't care about, and I don't think was necessary to have a file on. Not necessarily bad, just unnecessary with all the damn files that are in this game. Well, our girlfriend is sleeping, so we don't want to wake her. She'll get mad if we do.
Mount Hakami. Here on the mountain, water itself was revered and worshipped. Souls come from the water, and it's where they return to in death.
I'm not sure where he's coming up with all of that info. Unless that's just info coming from the files that he picks up. A lot of this chapter felt like trial and error for me. I couldn't really see a distinct place I needed to go after checking the security cameras. But we will check on our girl Friday after reading a note. I don't understand why we are reading Yuri's journals as somebody else and not just getting this info from Yuri herself. But whatever. It just goes into the whole bit about coffee and how somehow that was a meaningful thing for her. Take a picture of her while she's sleeping. That's not creepy at all. Don't she look good? Yes, she does. And that file also went into some words that Hisoka spoke to her, which brought her back from the brink. And the game tries to play a trick on you there. Oh, game, you and your tricks. I remain unimpressed. Silly game, tricks are for kids. I would say take a seat, but I've said that before in videos. So just go away. I got no time for you. I actually got quite a few fatal glances this video. Kind of surprising. There's a file if you want to read it. I didn't bother. So hopefully it's nothing too important. And the annoying aspect of this chapter, for the rest of it, we are going to hear that song. I believe that's the same song that chick who got possessed and that ghost that possessed her made her slit her throat was singing. It's kind of annoying. Then again, I am a bit tired and a bit irritated, so that could be part of the cause.
Souls are born of water, and water is what they revert to. To seek death in the waters of the mountain was to be reborn, a means to a proper death.
Here is where I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do. What I do ends up progressing the game, so I'm going to show pretty much everything I do, but I'm not sure exactly where to go. After, of course, we check on the establishment. Hi, how you doing? I don't want any Girl Scout cookies. Rude. You don't see me coming up to your place and sticking my hands in you, do you? No. Why don't you go hang out on the mountain with your ghost girlfriend? I'm sure that would be more fun than haunting people. And you would deal with less pain. Maybe she's one of those pain is pleasure ghosts. There seem to be a lot of those out there these days. I guess I can't judge given some of the things I'm into. Don't worry, I'm not going to share. Although oddly enough, I have a female friend who really wants to know what I'm into. Not sure why she's that invasive, but I have not told her anything. Well, that's unpleasant. But another fatal glance vision down. I'm not sure if there are any stats on how many of those you get. I went to look in on Yuri. Didn't find anything. Nothing exciting happened here. Like I mentioned before, I was kind of winging it at this point. I didn't really have any kind of direction. Although there is the ghost that jumped into the room here. Knew that was going to happen at some point. At least this isn't the lame have a ghost appear in the security footage in a cutscene moment we got in the last chapter like this. So that's something. But it's one of these guys, which is pretty unimpressive. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying he's unimpressive. Get out of here. Go back to the mountain where you belong. You're not here to buy antiques. How did I not get hit there? I'm not complaining. I'm just wondering. And that's what I was afraid of, although thankfully he didn't attack. Oh, you gurgle all you want. You're annoying. Another document for your reading pleasure. So how's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. I am doing okay. Friend of the channel, the Games Librarian, streamed a video he put together of the first Terminator movie, adding in extra deleted scenes. So that was kind of cool. And he got a pretty decent turnout for that. I think there were 5 of us there on a small Discord server. So can't complain. I even made it out for that. This is a bit redundant at this point. Damn it, keep your balls to yourself. Nobody else wants them. I know it's a harsh truth to face, but nobody wants to touch your balls. Deal with it. I think that goes along with the nobody wants to see your dick rule of thumb that unfortunately some don't follow, but should. All that for a file that I really don't care about. Yeah, I realize I really should not be doing commentary at this point in time. Part of that is my desire to get this LP done by the end of this weekend. So I will have tomorrow to work on the final chapter. And I really wish this chick would stop singing. It's getting on my nerves. Although I would have a taste of her cherry tree. Oh yeah.
And in order to preserve the water's purity, shrine maidens were chosen to be immortal flowers, human sacrifices, or pillars offered up to the water. They were placed inside those black boxes.
Well, this game is all about boxes and people getting put in them. And shrine maidens who deal with the memories of the dead and go insane and get turned into pillars. And then get ghost married to people. That's what you get for showing up where you're not wanted. In this case, the customer is not always right. Or I could say the customer is never right. Then again, you're not here to buy anything, so you're not really a customer. So I ain't got to worry about customer service at all. I don't know. I'm trying to smack talk when I'm really tired. This definitely feels like one of those chapters that didn't need to exist. Nothing really happens that couldn't happen in the finale. And we are in Hazuka's room, and we've got a couple files to pick up. And read if you want, don't if you don't. I don't really care. I just wish that chick in the background would stop singing. I'm trying really hard to not make any more pervy comments about her. To be fair, I don't know what she looks like, so I really should not be making comments about her in that way. Of all the girls I've taken a picture of in this LP, I don't think I took a picture of Miyu. Certainly not in her swimsuit. And apparently the girl from Fatal Frame 2 is named Mio. I thought her name was Miyu. Those are still very similar, but I thought they were the same name. I know they are spelled differently. I might have got one of her when we rescued her from that box. I can't remember. From the intro of this chapter, it seemed like one of those siege levels, like the cabin in Resident Evil 4. Shame it didn't turn out that way, as that could have been interesting.
Hisoka, Yuri, Miyu, Miku, Rui. I was right to bring them back. But what will happen when the mountain loses its pillars?
We should know by now that the antique shop is not safe from these ghosts. We really should have moved further once we had everybody out, which we do. So why we are still dealing with this, I have no idea. Though that would be pretty scary to know that there was a series of ghosts that were out for you. Definitely not cool. This just talks about Rin learning about the ritual that's going on the mountain. I assume this is all stuff from files. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see y'all next time with more Fatal Frame 5.